Yo, yo, what's going on out there? Today, tonight, I want to talk to you about facing a difficult decision. Yeah, I know it's dark. Uh, I mean, it's not really that dark. It just looks dark on the camera because that's. I mean, I was just chilling watching this show on Netflix this season about people that made a lot of money benefiting off other people, uh, and I think they ended up getting prosecuted for that and all that stuff. I just barely saw one episode. It's called uh, Dirty Money. I think that's what it's called. It's alright. It's pretty interesting. I like to watch documentaries, movies, you name it, but it's pretty good, man. It's pretty educational because they talk about ins and outs of certain things that I don't know anything about, and when they talk about them, I start to understand certain things that I never knew. So yeah, man, I like watching stuff like that. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys about facing a difficult situation. Now, this whole week I've been facing a difficult decision. A decision to move from my place here downtown in Austin, Texas, or to move to a different part of Austin, not so great area, but the actual apartment was all brand new. The apartment, the inside of the apartments are all brand new. Like they redid everything, so they're real nice. And my apartment's all right, man. But the good thing about it, it's bigger than the other one. It's a little bit bigger, but the other one had a couple amenities that I really, really, really like. I actually really need. Well, I don't need them, but I mean, they're real good. So I was like, man, I want to go, but I ended up talking to God about it, man. And when I talked to him about it, I kept telling him, hey, send me a sign that this is a clear sign whether you want me to go or not. And I actually had a conversation on the way back, and I had a conversation with somebody on the way back, right? And the dude was like, yeah, you know, ask God to make it clear, give you the clear answer. So I got back, I shot a few videos that I took of the place to my mom and my sister and a homeboy and a homegirl. And I asked, what should I do? And everybody was like, move, 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 except for my mom. Well, I take that back. I had talked to my brother-in-law about it, and he told me the same thing. But my mom was like, we didn't talk, but she texted me and she put some exclamation marks and was like, "Don't move there." And the stadium lights at the football stadium from UT, the lights just shut down. Anyways, so I still wanted to go. I was like, man, I don't know, man. You know, this apartment got everything that I need and want. It just wasn't as big as I would have wanted to be, you know, the counter space and stuff, but for the most, you know, but it was just in the area where my mom was like, nah, man, you don't want to move into that apartment. So I had to decide whether I was going to stay or go. And I couldn't make up my mind, man. I was like, dang, I can't make up my mind. So I was talk to Jesus and tell him like, hey, man, you know, you need to make this clear to me. You need to make this clear to me because I don't want to make the wrong decision. And I ended up talking to, you know, somebody else, and they were like, nah, man, I used to live in that area. Like, I wouldn't go to that area if I were you. You know, you're better off where you're at. And so I was like, dang. You know, so one of the last people that I got advice from was from my abuela, my grandmother. And, you know, she told me that it was up to me to make the decision, and she knew that it was a tough decision for me. But if it was a bad area, and if my mom told me, you know, that maybe I shouldn't go, maybe it's not meant to be, and, you know, God's got me and this and that. And so I'm like, well, if God got me, why would he let an apartment come up that's got everything that I want, except it's in the bad area? That doesn't make no sense. And she was just like, you just gotta trust God. So I decided to take my mom's advice and my grandmother's. And that other dude I had talked to, and just, I didn't move. I didn't, I spoke with the apartment manager today, and I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna. And she was like, well, crime and this and that, it's everywhere and this and that. And I'm like, before I was even able to tell her, like, I know, like I used to be a part of the reason why crime was up in certain areas back in my hometown, like, truth be told. So I know that there's crime everywhere. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Even if you're not out there committing crimes, you know, but there are areas that have higher crime rates than others. You know, that's what I was trying, you know, to get her to understand. And I just don't want to be in a high crime area. I mean, I'm tired of all that. I know what goes around. I know all the, you know, nonsense that happens in those areas, and I want to be as far away as possible from those type of areas. I don't want to be in any kind of, I don't want to open the door for something to happen, because if something crazy happens, then I mean, I have to get crazy, and I don't live like that no more. I don't live like that no more, man. So if you're facing a difficult decision, just trust God. Trust God. I read a scripture a little while ago. Man, I can't remember. I think it was John 17:3. Don't quote me on that, but it might have been John 17:3, because I just read it, and I knew I should have had my Bible open so that way I could quote it from the scripture, but I didn't, man. And it's in the back room. Well, I have one in the back room and one over here, but I'm not gonna get it, man. I just wanted to make this quick video, but look it up. I want to say it's John 17:3. Leave some comments with the scripture. Let me know if that's. I'll let y'all know if that's the one. You know what? Better yet, what I'll do is I'll leave the scripture in the comment section below or in the description above, just so that way y'all know. But anyways, man, if you're facing a difficult situation, trust God, man. Like, this is something difficult for me to do. Like, for me to let something go that has everything I want, like, and it's in a rough neighborhood, like, I really don't care, about the rough neighborhood. Like, man, those that know me know that I was raised in a tough neighborhood back home. Like, I don't think it gets any tougher than my neighborhood. So all that doesn't really, doesn't shake me. But the thing is that I just don't want to put myself in that type of situation where I'm in an area that has a high crime rate and I always gotta be like head on swivel. I mean, it's always like that for the most, but times two, because when you're in the hood, you gotta be. I've been through enough situations where it's like, no, but forget about it. But I'm older now, so I don't want to put myself in that type of situation. And I'm starting to learn to trust God and, trust, certain people around me that wouldn't want to see me in a bad situation, like, living in an area where something might pop off and I might have to, defend myself. And nowadays people ain't, defending themselves with fights. They're pulling out knives and guns, and I'm not trying to hear none of that, so I just, I'd rather not, man. I'd rather just trust God, that God has something better in store for me. And I'm going to just stand on his word. And I'll put that in the description or in the comment section below. Hit the like button, share this video, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think my Twitter name is still under President Kane. I might have to change that, but I have a page on Facebook called Soldiers for Christ. I think you can look it up under Soldiers for Christ or Soldiers for Christ Music. And then same thing for Instagram, Soldiers for Christ. And of course, YouTube, Soldiers for Christ. Shout out to my boy. I was going to say his old rap name. Shout out to my boy, Herb. Que pajo, hermano. Big shout out to my boy, Herb, doing his thing. Keeping his foot on the serpent's head. You know what I'm saying? And y'all be safe, man. God bless. Man, just like I said, trust God. If you have a difficult situation, man, just trust God, man. And, consult with the people around you. I thought about, let me just say this. I thought about, well, if he opened this door, it's because he has everything prepared for me. But sometimes, certain things happen that ain't from God. Like when when Eve ate the forbidden fruit, that wasn't from God, So I think sometimes God will allow certain situations to happen to see where we're at, in our faith walk with him. And in order to get to the next level, we got to trust and keep the faith, man. So trust God. All right, peace.